Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to another episode of Nollywood Bants. And on Nollywood Bants, we do just one thing. It's Nollywood strictly. We talk about Nollywood, we talk about the films that are trending, we talk about the issues that are trending in Nigeria's film industry. And guys, this episode is not any different thing. It's nothing new from what we've been doing. And we'll be reviewing a movie. And it's not because we don't have other things to talk about, but like the month of June for Nollywood has been very, very busy. You guys know a lot of movies have been released, cinema, Netflix, Amazon Prime, Showmax. I mean, you can just name so many platforms that we've had movies coming out this month of June. So I mean, since we have been fed, why not let's eat? And then this episode again, I'll not be doing it alone. You know, when you have two people, they say two heads are better than one, or rather, two good heads are better than one. So when you have two good heads, the bounce, the vibe is going to be there. So today I have a guest with me, and then my guest is a student of the Department of English and Drama, Kaduna State University. So I mean, this is like their thing. And then she's also a fan of Nollywood, yes, like myself. And most importantly, she's a fan of Nollywood bands. I mean, so it's like very exciting for me to bring people who listen to us come and share their own opinions with us. So welcome my guest, guys. Just be clapping wherever you are. You're welcome. So my guest today is Dorcas Lawal, and I have done all the intro already. So Dorcas, are you happy to be on Nollywood Bands?
I am so excited to be on Nollywood Bands. I can't wait for us to discuss this movie.
Okay, I like excited guests because, I mean, what are we going to do? We're not excited on Nollywood Bands. I don't want all of that. So yeah, one movie we'll be discussing today is Battle on Buka Streets. Yeah, Battle on Buka Streets is film one and Funke Ayotunde Akindele Network Production. So it's a collaboration with Film One Studios and then Funke Akindele's production company. And her protege, if I might call him, Toby Makinde, he's been working with Funke Akindele since the Scene One production days, doing crew work and also acting. And then it's just beautiful to see him now get such a big part in her own production team to act as a or to do co-directing with her. It's honestly nice. But yeah, we'll get to the movie proper, so we'll not be doing all the unnecessary talk. So, what do you think about Battle on Buka Street first?
First, the movie, quite short, let me say it's something to actually look out for.
Okay.
The production was okay. The storyline and what makes up a movie, basically the storyline, the plot. So if you have your plot all planned out and going well, then why not your movie?
Okay. Yeah, you mentioned storyline. So for those of you who have not seen Battle on Buka Street, I'll just give you a little background of what the storyline of Battle on Buka Street is. Funny enough, the title doesn't really give what the storyline is going to be about. Now, the title is Battle on Buka Street, but the whole story centers on the story of two rival stepsisters, Yejide and Awele. Now, Yejide was played by Funke Akindele, and then Awele was played by Mercy Johnson. Guys, I know this combo is like I don't know what the word to use, but like the elite combo you can ever have in Nollywood. Having Mercy Johnson and Funke Akindele act together, and then now not just friends, but like enemies. They are each other's nemesis. And I can't remember the last time we saw Funke Akindele and Mercy Johnson in a movie together, probably Pretty Liars. I don't know if you saw Pretty Liars.
Yes.
And that movie was crazy. So it was like, it's like nice to see them again now. And I like one thing about that, the casting of this movie. If you love Nollywood so much, you want to watch it. They brought all the people that you would like to watch. If you're a Gen Z Nollywood fan, you would like to watch it because there is Funke Akindele, there's Mercy Johnson, there's even Bimbo Ademoye. I mean, you definitely want to see it. And then if you are a fan of the old Nollywood cinema, there's people like Nkemo and Toye Tomato, that's Shola Shobowale, that the Gen Z now know as Eniola Salami. But those days, they knew her as Toye Tomato. So she was Toye Tomato before she became Eniola Salami. So she's in this movie. We also have Tina Amba and a whole lot more. So let's talk about the cast. What do you think about the casting of this movie, the characters that they pulled up together to form this great film? What do you think about it?
The characters, it seems like she took her time to pick the characters because the characters ate up their roles. Like they knew the assignment and they worked with it. Like Mercy Johnson, she came in with everything, even Funke Akindele. So for her to think of bringing herself, Mercy Johnson, Tina Mba, and all that means she has critically looked at people that can embody that character for her and deliver what she wants for her.
I think that's true because it's good that, like, if you're writing a film, I believe every writer is writing a film, he's envisaging whatever the character would be like, whatever they will look like. And then when you have that envisaged and then you actually actualize it at the end of the day, it's like every director's or every writer's dream. And I think that's what it was with Battle on Buka Street. Like, character of Aurelia, as she said, Aurelia was like, I don't know, her acting was it. Even though for me, I didn't really like most of the comedy part, but the part where she was bitter, angry, you could feel the emotions in those scenes. You could feel that this is an actor. And that's one thing I like about films, performances. I want to see something that will make people want to watch this movie. So even if your story is not really connecting, if the acting will at least hold viewers together. And I think that's one thing with Battle on Buka Street, the acting. When you look at Nkemowo as the father, I know she's like, he loves food according to what they say, and we could see him eating a lot of food most of the time. And then he's this man that has a lot of wives. The wives are fighting. The wives' children are also fighting themselves. And then he's always in the middle of this. Like, from the time they gave birth to their children, he was separating fights. So it was just beautiful to see Nkemowo, that we know as a Sophia, acting all of that. And then also Shola Sobowale. Everybody knows Shola Sobowale is problem. From Tony Tomato, Wedding Party, King of, everybody knows that when she's there, she's going to
problem.
I think we've talked about Funke Akindele and Mercy Johnson. Their chemistry was like mad. Whenever they are fighting,
like, I felt like they were doing that in reality. Hope they didn't. Like, especially when they fought at the market.
Yeah, it looked so real.
Shop caught fire.
At some point, I thought it was out of the script. It was like, these people are actually fighting themselves in real life.
Like they had something in real life that they brought to the screen to come and really settle it.
Yeah, very true. Because you could see the fight most of the time. Even when this person would slap the other person, the person would retaliate, all of that. It was so real, the chemistry of the fighting, even between the mothers, Tina Mba and Shola Sobowale. I remember that scene, I think, where they were young, where they gave the food to the father, and then somebody switched the food. The way this person came with her own turn stick, and then it looked...
She removed it from their mala.
I was scared that they would miss and hit each other, but it was so choreographed properly that they landed on each other. So I think the choreography of the fighting scenes, they were rehearsed, and then it didn't just look so real, it looked now natural. So I think the acting for these guys was nice. Now let's move away from the OGs. We know these OGs, they can act already. But guys, the younger guys that acted, the young cast, they were, I feel like they did their role. Like the twins particularly. Those twins, I feel like in real life, I would not like those two.
They are problematic.
I would not like them in real life.
Because if not, why would they be able to eat the... Like, they ate and swallowed.
And they're not really twins. That's the craziest part. They just brought them together to act as twins. And then the chemistry for both of them was real. Like, I like the part where Mercy Johnson told them that these people are their enemies. Because the message of their mothers, like, these people are your enemies. Don't do anything with them. And then she now asked them why. Say, because mommy said so. So it was crazy because it means that they don't want the explanation, though.
They don't care what happened, though.
They are obeying their mother.
Their mother said it, and so.
It was so nice. Same with their elder sister. She was also very good with her casting. She was like the forbidden daughter that was not supporting the mother in all of the fights.
She was trying to be the peacemaker.
The peacemaker, yeah, I mean.
Tia and Ademide.
Yeah, Ademide, that's them.
Yejide's
son.
Yes, they were trying to be the peacemakers.
And even they was not working most of the time, but they were trying their best. And then Ademide, I think he's not new to us. We have seen him in Far From Home.
Yes.
So a lot of people know him. His real name is Moshood Fatah. And a lot of people have seen him in Far From Home. So bringing him again to do was something that cemented his acting. Like, okay, this one actually started the work. And then I realized that actually he is not a new face. He has just been mostly on stage plays and all of that. So now it was like a transition for him to film. And then he did so well. And then another person we saw from Far From Home was the main guy of Far From Home, Mike Afolarin.
Yes.
He was very, I think, Akinzo, yeah?
Yeah, Mike Kinzo.
Yeah, so it was nice to see,
he
like,
was
some of
the
them.
street lord or what?
Exactly, so it was like a small reunion for the Far From Home guys. Him, Funke, and then now Ademide was like very nice. And then his acting too was okay too, was nice.
And if you remember in Far From Home, Funke was his mom.
Was his mom, yeah. Now this one is now his friend's mom. So it was just a small reunion. And then seeing them act all that, I really like enjoyed their acting. And I'm really happy that Funke is giving like opportunity to new faces, younger guys to actually...
Younger generation, she's taking them along.
Exactly, pushing them forward because...
Not using the same faces over and over again.
like I said this all the time. I think I've recorded an episode that says that we shouldn't try to repeat actors. Now, when you see a fresh face, there's this originality that comes with this fresh face, and that was one of the things that helped with these younger actors that she used, bringing them, using them, and like in an interview, I think with one of the characters, either Ademide or Makinzo, he said they met Funke at Far From Home set. So when she saw them on the set of Far From Home, I think she enjoyed their acting, and then she now brought them on board. And that's what we want in Nollywood: have people who will trust young guys.
Like even this other guy that she co-writes with, I think they met on his set.
Yeah, Toby Makinde, that is now the co-director. I mean, that guy has been with her since My Siblings and I, and then now she's giving him
rooms for like so many opportunities.
Co-director is not like a small work, and then she gave him to do that. So it's big ups to her. I really like that. So I think we'll talk about the cast. The cast was amazing. But one thing I will say, I don't know about you, but me, I did not like the length of the movie. I feel like the movie was too long at some point.
Yes, it was too lengthy, but
it's like,
and then it was too lengthy, but the end you'll be expecting something.
Exactly.
else.
I was going to say that, like, you guys could make this movie 2 hours plus. I was expecting at least an extra 5 minutes to just end this properly.
Let's see what happened to her husband while he was in the truck. Did he go back to the prison?
Did they really even settle? We don't even know.
Exactly.
We know that Ms. Johnson helped her at the end, but did they settle? Was it like a
proper settlement?
Because we know that Funke's mother is still out there. They don't tell us if the mother is happy with whatever happened. They just cut off in the middle. I feel like, okay, you can make this movie 2 hours plus.
So that we'll know what happened.
5 minutes more.
It won't be bad.
Yeah, because me, I didn't like the whole long this thing. Like, okay, the drama was sweet. This person doing evil. At some point, it now became like, what do you call it? Cat and Rat or Tom and Jerry. And then it was too long at some point. So I was like, okay, we understand that you people are enemies, but the back and forth was getting too much.
So we want to see the end. Like, what happened?
Did
like, people reconcile?
I mean, if it's normal Nollywood, somebody will beg.
Exactly. Let it end.
Somebody will beg and be like, I'm sorry for all I did. There will be tears everywhere.
Exactly.
Maybe
like Mercy Johnson's husband, he's supposed to come back to come and beg her.
Funke will beg her for it, and they will beg. The mother too will beg. Maybe the mother will be angry.
And then Funke's husband will come back from the prison and reunite with his family.
And it's not like they are saying that there's a part 2. Because this is not ending an open-ended way. You know when it's an open-ended, you know, okay, this is open-ended, we have questions to ask. They're telling that this is an end, but okay, you are watching and you're checking the back of your phone or the back of your TV to see what next.
What's next?
What's next? Is this the end? Is this the end? You'll be like, okay, is this, you know, when you're watching like Marvel movie, when you finish, the one extra Gara at the end. So I was forwarding to see if I would see something. When I saw the cast, I
said, okay, wait, maybe there will be
something
after it.
But there was nothing. I'm like, okay, this was not it. So that's one of the things I did not like, how the movie ended. I was expecting them to end it in a very close way where people will enjoy. And then one thing I did not like, the unnecessary chemistry between Awele and that Hausa guy. Is it my first to fall in love?
Exactly. It's not every time you fall in love. No. Okay, we know that you left your husband's house. Stay and fight your battle.
We don't want to see that love. We are here for the fight. We are here for the violence.
Like fight. Let's see.
And then even the love was not giving, because it was not like they were really doing love, but he was there for her, and then she was fighting back. Guys, it's not by force.
And then when he was trying to advise her, the way she stormed out on him, and
the love was not loving. The love was not love. Like, if you want to love. If you want to hate. So it was not really something I enjoyed. Even though I liked that there was a Hausa character that was actually Hausa. Yes, that character was played by Sunny Danger, and I like that this was actually a Hausa person playing a Hausa thing. And then that reminds me, like his room. If you see the room, even without him in the room, when you look at it, you know that this is a Hausa person's room. You could see the kettle, there's no small Arabic stuff, or the
Ariwa,
it was
whatever.
Yeah, and then I want to just give them like kudos to the set design. When they made the place look like the market was not like a real market. They made up that market, and then it looked like a market. Even though I was angry with them, they said that Buka Street is the place where you see all the food in Nigeria, and I did not see Hausa food. I only saw Mishayi.
I did not see Shinkafa.
I only saw Mishayi, and like, okay, where is the remaining food from Nigeria?
And then the Shayi, I think, is almost everywhere.
Shayi is everywhere. So, it's the only difference is Hausa people to do like this. That is the only difference. I know Awara. I'm like, are you sure this is really all the Hausa is no longer part of Nigeria? But like
okay, let's say they didn't take us to the part where there's.
So we'll forget them for that part. But like the market, they really did so well in preparing the market, the arrangement of the market, how Aurelia's shop was opposite her shop. So the drama is going to fit in very well. I think that was properly done. And then even their house, like if you see Chief Maduka's house, that is their Funke's father. It reminds you of your grandparents' house, this old house. Like, the type of the chair, the table they were using, the pots,
even
and then the plates.
Even like the costume. the hair he wore,
Well,
like to portray.
When I saw the
age
trailer,
and
talking
all
about
that.
the hair, when I saw the trailer, I was like, this hair, I'm not going to like it. Because it was looking so much. But when I watched the movie, I was like, okay.
Okay, the hair
The
is
hair is
fine.
okay. It looks very nice.
It's matched
With the aging and everything. So I mean, the whole house was just looking like an old generation house. Even his car, because in this old Peugeot,
ancient
so
Peugeot.
you know that this
That
is
one
an
that
old
would
man.
be stopping on the road.
Yeah, and this is an old man.
Yeah.
And then talking about the casting, I don't want to forget this because it's very important. I think is the casting of Bimbo Ademoye to play young Shola Sobowale.
Yes.
Like ever since I saw them
it transisted
properly, yeah, because like
properly.
I know since I saw Bimbo, I was like, okay, this girl is going to fit to be a young Shola Sobowale. So seeing this, like, it was like Funke was waiting for the right chance to be like, let me go first do one.
Yes.
So she just like grabbed the opportunity
And did it.
and then used it. So the young versions of them also, we are back to the casting because the casting was great. So the young guys that acted Toyin Tomato, that is Shola Sobowale, or even Tinamba, and even the Nkem himself,
Yeah.
they were just perfect to just. So when they were transiting to their older selves, you could actually feel the whole thing. So I think we are done with talking about Battle on Buka Street. Before we ramble to the end of today, I'll just ask you, over 10, what is your rating for Battle on Buka Street?
Over 10.
Yeah.
I'm tempted to give them 11.
Okay.
But because of the length of the movie,
They are wasting your time.
they were wasting my time and I didn't see the end. So
Yeah,
it will
probably,
drop
yeah.
to a 9 over 10.
Okay, she's very, very generous because for me, I'll give them a 6 over 10. Yeah, but I'm not saying the movie was not good. I think the highest I've given a Nollywood film is 8 over 10. So if I'm giving it 6 over 10, I mean, I'm doing good. So yeah, it's been a very nice time having this discussion with TikTokers on Battle on Buka Street on this episode of Nollywood Bants. We have bantered well. I mean, you had fun, right?
Definitely.
Yeah. So at least now she's been listening to us, enjoying us. Now she's going to listen to herself next time and share to her own fans.
Definitely.
Yeah. So it's been a very great time on this episode of Nollywood Bands, and you know what to do after every episode. Like, subscribe if you're listening. Also share and follow on all the apps. Just like, share, subscribe with your friends, your family, or your haters. Just share it. I mean,
Even your street people,
Even
your
your
church
street-
people,
yeah.
even that your pastor that doesn't like you.
You heard it. You heard it. Please preach on. Just keep doing it. Just share it. This is the gospel of Nollywood we are sharing here.
Yes.
So just help us propagate. Please let me not start preaching. Let's call it a day. So thank you very much, and guys, it's a wrap, and it's been real. Thank you very much. Bye.